going on, folks? Most of you may know that this YouTube channel and site are usually about cooking, food, restaurants, but I have other interests. I love the great outdoors, I love football, movies, and TV, and I always jump at a chance to mix those two passions together, which is why I've spent the last couple of weeks posting articles about different places to eat and things to do around Senioa, Georgia, which is where they film a lot of my favorite show, The Walking Dead. And if any of you care to see them, the links to those articles are on the description. Now, I made those articles and posts to lead up to Season 7 premiere, which begs the question, who do you think meets Lucille? And are we going to have to riot? The good news is, if we do have to lead an angry mob onto the set, there are plenty of good places to eat after we are done pillaging, because one of the newest and best of which is Nic and Norman's. This right up Main Street from the set. It's a restaurant owned by Greg Nicotero and Norman Reedus. Some of you may have heard of them. And I'll admit, a few months ago when they announced that they were going to open that restaurant, the only thing I could think of was it's going to be phoned in food and it's going to play off the popularity of the show. But I'm happy to report that while 90% of their business probably does originate from the popularity of the show, the food doesn't drop the ball once you enter into the restaurant. I was also glad to see that it wasn't themed in any way. It's just a regular nice restaurant on the inside. I think I described it, I said, think Ruby Tuesdays, but like 3 times fancier. The waitstaff doesn't carry crossbows or come out in full Walker makeup either. Now, when you go to the website, you'll get the idea that the restaurant is on the nicer side. Because of this, I shot them a tweet to ask if they were kid-friendly, because I knew if I was going to come to town and try the restaurant, I was bringing the whole hee-haw gang. And they responded that they were indeed kid-friendly, and that they had a pretty expansive children's menu, which wasn't on the website, and that all children's dishes were brought out on little frisbees. And adults do not get frisbees. They also informed me that misbehaving children got Red Bull and a free puppy. Our free puppy's name is Carl because he's always going in the house. Boom. Now let's talk grown folk food. Thanks to the internet, I was able to decide what I wanted well in advance of actually making the road trip over to Georgia. And I would also recommend that before you went or decided to even try them out, to check out their website, because it's pretty expansive and it takes a good 30 minutes just to navigate the burger menu. They've got a lot of them. They've got bison. Each Greg and Norman have their own different burgers. So just check out the website before you go and make that decision. I went with the steak fries appetizer and the classic bacon cheeseburger. I know, shocking, huh? When the fries arrived, the first thing I noticed was the odd shape of them. The best way to describe them would be spiral cut tater wedges. I've concluded that they probably made them with some device similar to an apple peeler, but I haven't confirmed it. Whatever the case, they were pretty awesome with tons of crispy surface area while still being thick and chewy like a steak fry. The real shocker was the steak itself. It's fresh shaved ribeye covered in cheese, pepper, and grilled onions. And I'll go as far as to say that this dish currently holds the title as one of the best, or not, if not the best, Philly cheesesteak I've ever had, even though it wasn't even a sandwich. It was that good. It was so good, in fact, that I changed my entire entree order to the Philly cheesesteak sandwich and was informed that they don't even have a cheesesteak on the menu, so I'd have to stick with a burger. And I tweeted even Norman Reedus, told him he needed a cheesesteak on that menu because that's one of the best things I've eaten in a while. Now, on their menu, it boasts that they try to serve fresh, natural, non-GMO foods. And while I'm not much for those buzzwords, like they don't draw me in like they might some, I know that food like that usually tastes better and has a better quality. I mean, it's going to have to. And while it wasn't the biggest patty in the world, the burger's taste and texture didn't hide the quality of ingredients. I'd describe the beef's flavor as very close to grass-fed. No one ever said the G word, but it's very reminiscent. And of course, the bacon and the lettuce and tomato and everything, they were of higher quality as well. And you could tell that they weren't just out of a packet. To sum it up, the food was good. The waitstaff was polite, and there are very few flaws, and they were even very tolerant of my savage youngins. And surprisingly enough, the prices weren't that outrageous. I mean, you're going to expect to pay, maybe $15, $20 a plate if you get something on the higher end, but it's really not any more than that. I think I got out of there with $50 or $60. But if you do decide to try Nic and Norman's, be warned, the wait is going to be about 45 minutes to an hour, maybe more, depending on day part. But they use an app called No Wait, and it allows you to check in to the restaurant if you're within 50 miles. The app is free, and all you gotta do is check in as soon as you hit town. And by the time you're done walking around, seeing everything, you'll be ready to go right in. Thanks for watching, y'all. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.